Hello, YouTube and everybody on here. I've been finding it very interesting that every single one of my videos, and I just tried to do a stream. I started it on here, and I clicked off of it because it was odd the way that it came up. So I decided, and I'm lagging too. But I looked on my computer. They already limited my ads. I didn't even say anything. The stream was just there, and I already have the yellow thing next to it. No cussing, no sweat. There was not even a word spoken, and they already freaking banned from all audiences. It's ridiculous. And I could show you as it goes up. I don't know why they're doing that to all my live streams, but whatever. I also did turn my monetization back on. Hey, Queen of Swords. How you doing? I turned my monetization back on. So if anybody wants to donate, there should be the monetization down in the description box. Many of you know my story. If you've been watching me for any length of time, this kind of has to do with divine partnership, twin flame type of relationships. And I am in the middle of uploading a personal reading, so hopefully that'll. And I do have the link already up. Tonight when I get home, I think it's for 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. That should be like 3 hours from now. 2.5, 3 hours from now. I am going to be going live and doing the energy reading for the weekend or for the full moon. Be doing all signs like I did before. I really like doing that, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see whether or not there's the little thing for the super chat or not, but I did start the super chat again. Yeah, I kind of wanted to, if you guys want to hear my story about what happened with my journey, it might help some of you who are on your own journey, and everybody's journey looks different. There's certain components that are the same. There's definitely certain components. Well, it says that it's on. Should be on. What can I do? I don't think there's anything I can do about it now. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Hi, Chris. How are you? Oops, sorry. Yeah. Hear about my journey. I'm at the point where, oh, my ears ringing. I know I have a divine partner. I know he's my twin for a fact. Do I want to be with him? Not at this point. We're cool. We talk pretty much daily. But like I'm running out of shit to talk to him about. It's like, yeah, I'm over it. For someone who I loved so much and who treated me so shitty, I'm now like, and there's not like an anger or a hate, like there's not any reason why. It's just I'm just ready to move forward and ready to move on. And I was talking to someone today who shall be nameless, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, he's looking at like major jail time. Not to mention, like, he's not even close to, and it's not that it's his fault. We all have our own awakening in our own way, and it's not his fault that he doesn't understand this stuff. all, it's not his fault that the universe is trying to open him up, and he does tell me a lot of things that has to do with just weird dreams that he's been having. He dreams a lot again. He talks in his sleep apparently. So there's a lot of things with him that, I think the universe is waking him up. But until here's one thing: you cannot be in union unless you're both on the same frequency. Let's get this correct here. If you're vibrating up here and they're vibrating way down here, you're no longer a vibrational match. However, they can try to attach onto you. And at the time you met your twin, I guarantee you probably were a similar vibrational match. I guarantee it. People don't might hear that, but it is the truth. If you had toxic traits or codependency or bullshit you were dealing with, that's why you attracted each other. However, one of you awakened and the other one might not have. But there has to be a restoration of balance. And as long as you are vibrating up here, and I suggest you stay up here, don't come down here. They have to meet you at your level up here. You're not going to be able to come into physical union until you're both vibrating up here. So your best bet for your twin is to release them, let them go, let the universe teach them the lessons so that they can come into the vibration that you're in. Because I guarantee the universe will hammer them. The universe will. These people your twin isn't going to get away with shit. If they're divine, they will come into the knowledge of who they are at one point. My journey hasn't been easy. Most of you have saw how terrible, and it wasn't really necessarily, it was just me. And I'm still working on myself. I'm not even close to where I'd like to be, but I'm working on it. And there's not going to be a physical union. Not now. Not anytime soon. Well, I thought mine was a sociopath. I was positive because he was toxic and drained my energy. Well, I've come to find out that it was his toxic behavior and him fucking people who are toxic. They carry sexually transmitted demons. If they're messing with other people who are toxic too, it's until they go celibate. Well, guess what? Mine had no choice. He's in prison. He can't at this point. So I noticed he's not able to drain my energy at all. Not to mention the universe is very protective of me. I'm also able to get, this is multi-layered as to why the universe has allowed me to at least connect with my twin. Research for one, my purpose for two, and for healing for myself and my own soul for number three. If I would have never got welcome. Yes, all my soul sisters on here. We're divine feminine, man. Stand in your power. We need to not be so focused on the union part and the expectations or the outcome of what's going to happen. We need to be focused on our mission, our journey, and taking care of ourselves, especially in this next phase coming up, because I think shit's about to get interesting worldwide. Light workers are going to be of high demand. And I don't even think that we're not ready. Like, I don't feel that we're ready as a community. I mean, we might feel like within ourselves, sure, we're ready to take on the world, but are we really? We're getting tossed into it. And the divine feminine, it's not going to be easier for the divine feminine because many of us are not in union with our divine masculine. However, there's always that telepathic communication. So in the 5D, you already are in union. We have to recognize that. We're already in union in the 5th dimension. So it's always there. And it's always going to be, no matter what you do. I mean, yeah, you can cut off and siphon the hose. Definitely, if they're toxic. The universe expects you to let them go and let them do whatever it is they're going to do, especially if they're toxic to your physical, emotional, psychological, mental health. And that's the hardest thing as an empath and a light worker to do, because we want to fix people. You want to know where that stems from? Ego. We think we can fix people. We think we can make somebody love us, and that's not the way it goes. We have to love ourselves first, and we have to love God first, and allow the universe to change our hearts first before we can really, honestly receive true love, whether it's our twin or a divine partner. My twin now, and yeah, some can say, oh, well, it's just because he's in prison and needs you. He doesn't ask me for nothing except for to talk to him. He has nobody. The guy who used to have so many people around him now has, well, he does have people around him, but the dredges of society. And that's hard for him to take. He's like, I don't belong in here. And I'm thinking, you put yourself there. You knew better. And I'm not nice. I'm nice, but in a truthful manner. I don't sugarcoat shit. Y'all know this. Y'all know how I am. I won't sugarcoat anything. I won't. And I don't do it with him either. I feel bad for him for where he's at, but he put himself there, and I tell him he's finally taking responsibility and realized he sabotaged himself. And I told him this the whole damn time. Now, his plans for when he gets out, he talks about this all the time. He would really like his daughter and grandkids to move in with him. I don't see that. He's been wanting that for a while. I don't know why. It's like, why can't his daughter needs to live her own life. Not to mention, she's got some major issues she needs to deal with. No offense to her, but it's true. Like we all have. I certainly wasn't gonna stick up for somebody's bad behavior. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't stick up for my own bad behavior. Some people just seem to want to blame everybody else for all their freaking problems when we have to be looking at ourselves in the mirror and saying, what can I change about myself? First off, you need to change your thoughts on how you view this partnership or relationship, because it's not meant for love at all. It's meant for mission work. It's meant for you to be on your path. And if it's incomprehensible or scary for some, a lot of people will just say enough. And guess what? Then they'll come back in the next lifetime and have to do it the next time. And I mean, I'm kind of pissed because I don't want to have to come back. I want to ascend this time. But like I said, who knows what's going to happen in the upcoming months? I don't know. All I know is I personally would like to move forward in a different relationship. I already know what my mission and purpose is. If he comes back at a later date, fine. If I'm not with anybody, but I'm not closing the opportunity to anybody else. That's for doggone sure. That's not me loving myself, waiting on somebody to get their shit together. That's not my problem. If he never, what am I going to do? Wait till I'm dead till he gets his shit together? No. Please don't do that. Please don't stay stuck. Please release yourself. And any outcome or expectation you have. Guess what? When you do that, everything seems to switch. And then, now, the once runner turns around and becomes a chaser, just like me. He's chasing me. I don't call him. I haven't wrote him a letter in 2 months. I don't. I don't go visit him unless he says something about coming to visit. I don't go. One time I stopped in just for a surprise visit, and it had to do with the Pluto thing, because his planet was about to turn direct. So I stopped in for a surprise visit and said, hey, Mystical Dimples, how are you? It's like, how do you, just like the rest of you, I couldn't get to the point in my own brain to realize that what was happening was actually the universe working on my behalf. All that pain, all of that hurt, all of that abandonment, isolation, rejection from past lives, and I had many, lots. It was all rooted in a place of fear of abandonment and betrayal, all of it. And we have to deal with that within ourselves. And until we deal with, and then the divine feminine masculine, whoever is the runner, has to do the same. Well, my divine masculine is right in this right place where spirit can get to him. If he would still be off doing what he was doing before all this, excuse me, I have freaking allergies, I can tell. If he would have never been where he's at right now, he'd still be doing the same old shit. So I don't know what the universe has something up their sleeve. I don't know. All I do know is I'm not staying stuck in worrying. I'm gonna be cool with him. But as far as I want to date other people, I'm ready to start getting out there and doing shit, like, and dating. And I've been saying this for a while, but it was one of those things where I had to become whole in myself and realize I deserved love. I deserved to not hurt anymore. And I'll be damned if I'm going to put myself in a self-imposed prison. That's not fair to anybody. And most of the time, your divine feminine or masculine won't want you in that state of mind either. If they're unawakened, I'm wondering about the telepathy thing. Because I know if you're awakened, you feel them, but I really don't know if they feel us. I don't. But I think it takes something to really rock them for them to become, because I know it did for me. It took shit to really rock me. To be like, all right, spiritual wake-up call. And it was him. It was that relationship with him. Not to mention, I just finished college. I started, I was dating, I got out of a really bad toxic relationship with another narcissist. Go figure. I've been dealing with these fucking people and creatures for years and years, my whole life. And a lot of times, I'm going to let you know something. We become cynical as a result of being abused. People end up usually saying, oh, you're bipolar because of all the anxious and the mood swings. And no, it's complex post-traumatic stress disorder. That's why you're paranoid. That's why you're afraid to go. It's complex post-traumatic stress disorder, people. It's not bipolar. People have been getting misdiagnosed as bipolar as a result of being abused. So psychiatrists and psychologists, I suggest you look into that if you happen to find this. I'm sick and tired of these psychiatrists and psychologists acting like they know what trauma is or what the reasoning behind it is. Hey, Goddess Gifts, long time no talk. How are you doing? So I'm not going to get on that soapbox as far as psychiatrists and psychologists because they don't know shit. They know it from a book standpoint. Some of them might have lived through it. Bet they wouldn't get misdiagnosed as bipolar when they're not. Bet they wouldn't like that, carrying that around in their medical chart. It's time to get out of hermit mode. Start loving yourself. Start doing what you need to do. But I'm ready to date. I get it. I have a divine masculine. I get it that he's coming into the awareness and all that other shit. But there's no possibility of union for at least a year or two. I'm not staying single unless the universe does not bring me anybody. Scary people out there. Well, scary people. I'm more concerned about not fulfilling my purpose and my calling is out there. We have to not be afraid to deal with people. And I get it. It is a scary world out there. But we were built for this shit, empaths and light workers. We were built for this. Divine feminine, you're powerful. You were built for this. Love yourself first. That has been our problem the whole friggin' time, is we wanted to fix people. Selenite wands. I take this every time I go. I clear my energy. I did have a private reading. I ended up, for the first time, I did a private reading where I was able to record it. And I recorded it. I got to send it to the person and then I can delete it. But I figured out how to do that. And it's through YouTube. Nobody else can see the link except for the person. So I have her reading. And it took. Hi, how are you? How you doing, Tammy? Welcome to Blue Flame Integration. As y'all see, I did actually finally. I don't know why I never put my name in all cap letters for my channel. I don't know why I didn't do that. Finally, I was like, you want to know what? It's time. All cap my shit. Blue Flame Integration in big bold letters. I think it was more because it just wasn't. Even that had an underlying connotation of why I didn't want it all in cap letters. Now, I am who I am. I know who I am. And I'm proud to be who I'm growing into. I'm growing into myself. And I'm 44 years old. That's part of self-love and self-care, knowing who the hell we are as a community of light workers, as a community of empaths. I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a while. When you finally get to the place in yourself where you're taking care of yourself and you're not letting the small things get to you anymore, you're not feeling self-imposed prison, and you're breaking out of the expectation of what you feel that your divine partner should be doing or shouldn't be doing, and you just release them, the universe then can work on your behalf. That's the work. That is the leading thing of why many of us are not with our divine partners, because we have an expectation of what it should look like, how it should work, should come out of it. We all think that it has to do with this love thing, and it's not. It's about mission. It can definitely turn into a love thing. It definitely can have to do, it can turn into a love thing. I'm not saying that it can't. But it's not, I don't think at this point really that it's meant to be. Especially if you're not in union. There's reasons why you're not in union, and a lot of it has to do with your frequency. They got to come up higher in frequency. Whoever is the runner is running from themselves. And many times the chaser is running from themselves too. We mirror each other. Let's talk about mirroring for a minute. What does real mirroring look like? Yes, we know narcissists learn how to mirror. That's, yeah, I'm good. We know that narcissists know how to mirror, and it's something that they become very good at. However, real mirroring isn't just like, oh, you're like this and then they're like this, or you're like this, and that is a form of mirroring. But when I'm starting to see my skin peeling and I don't say nothing, and then I find out from my divine masculine that he has dry skin, his skin's peeling, and there was nothing ever said about it, that's called mirroring. That's real mirroring. That's how I know this is my twin. It's a fact. So, and the more that I love myself, the more that I take care of myself and my house and my shit, the more hello, the more that your divine partner will begin to do the same thing wherever they're at, the universe, because you're connected with a silver cord to source energy. You're connected to God, and this person is as well. So the more you're raising your vibration, the more their vibration is coming up as default. And until they are at an equal level, yeah, you got to be doing, we're the transmuters. Thank you. We're the transmuters of this negative energy. I know that that's what one of the things I was called to do. And I was quite bitter for a while because I lost a lot. I lost so much time. So I felt. So I'm really hoping, like, over the next course of the next year, that the universe begins to restore all that back to me. All that time that I felt like it wasn't a waste. I know that, but it feels like it's a waste of time, crying and releasing and purging and doing everything that we have to do, because you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your divine partner as well. And you don't even realize, you think it's all about you. No, it's not. It's about the collective as a whole. We're not, and it's not even just your partner. We're doing it as a collective to raise the consciousness on the planet. It's a collective raising of the vibration. It's why we're seeing so many people lose their shit right now. We're seeing evil. Oh, I got chills. We're seeing evil on an all-time high. How many people in the last year have killed, like, men killed, and it's not just men, women do alike, but killing their whole family? Yeah, we do. And I've been watching this stuff on like true crime, and because I'm a detective by nature. I want to know things. I'm an Aries for Pete's sakes. So like I'm curious by nature. And I'm learning not to go into things completely blind. I know you are goddess gifts. It wasn't in vain, I promise. And it won't be. Your best years are yet ahead, just like all of ours are. We just cannot have an expectation anymore of what we 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 could put our petition out to the universe, but our expectations cannot be, oh well, I expect it to look like this, and it has to look like this, and it has to look like this, and if it doesn't look like this, then it's not that. Because we all know there's a lot of abuse, or shall we say, rejection and hurt that goes into these partnerships. And let's just talk about, like I said, sexually transmitted demons. Not even just diseases, but sexually transmitted demonic forces, dark forces, we'll call them, because some people don't like the word to use the word demons, and that's whatever. But this is why I've been so weird, and I've discussed energy exchange. I have. Like, if you go back through my channel, I talk about energy exchange through sex. Aw. I have my cosmetology license. I can borrow it to you. Because I don't practice. I actually saw my old cosmetology teacher the other week. But if your divine partner, hi Angelo. Hey, tonight I'm going to be coming on, guys, and I'll be pulling cards from, I'll be doing a daily, well, weekend type of reading. And I have Capricorn's base laid. But I wanted to tell you guys that many of us in this community, especially the divine feminine that I know, are basically nuns. Like, we aren't out having sex with people. We are working on our mission work. We're really not dating. We know who our divine masculine is. It's there. And we have no expectations of that person, except for we wish them well, and if union happens, it does, and if it doesn't, then okay, then the universe will bring us something better. But having respect and for our divine masculine, no matter where they're at on this journey, is very important. I feel letting them know that you're there, letting them know if they need anything, just to talk. That's important, that you guys can be on that type of relationship. That's at least me, what I found with me and my divine masculine. We're on a friendship level. Yes, he has throughout the L word here and there. And there is a very mutual respect and love at this point. There didn't used to be. Oh, hell no. I couldn't stand him. And he had actually told me, he's like, I never meant to hurt you. Like, that was not my... And I honestly don't think that he intentionally ever did. I think that it was just his toxic behavior. It was just toxic behavior. And we all have toxic behaviors and codependencies. And that's what we're ridding ourselves from. And that's what I think the universe is doing with our counterparts, is ridding the toxic energy. You almost have to go celibate, though. Hi, Juan Rodriguez. How are you? We almost have to go celibate, though, to rid and fast and pray and have that connection to source, and make sure that our motives are that of pure intent and not of expectation of what something needs to look like. And when you start doing that and you release that out and you say, you want to know what, universe? I don't want to feel like this no more. I don't want to ruminate over this person anymore. I want to live my life to the fullest at this point. And bless my divine partner. Whatever's best for them. Whether it's with me or without me. Whatever's best. And you release through forgiveness and all that, man, everything switches. Everything switches. Because you're no longer carrying around the pain and the hurt. You're not. You're released from that. And there comes in a mutual care and a friendship and a love that is indescribable. And for me, now I'm at the point where it's like, oh, good, the karma's to the good, the karma's to the... I just want to get it, like, leave it at where it's at and hightail it out of there. Because our karma's to the good, and I don't want anything bad to happen anymore to him or to me. So I'm like, well, do I just, like, say, hey, I'm moving on with my life? That, like, this type of stuff that's going on in my head, because I don't want bad karma anymore. I want our karma to be to the good. And remain there. So it's like I almost want to run from the connection at this point, because everything is calm and we are getting along and there's no arguing or fighting. There's no expectation. And I want to kind of just be like, cut it off and be like, hightail it the other way. Let him know that I care, but like, I'm not waiting. And what do you do with that? Like, because this is definitely the full moon that we're embarking on right now is the Aries full moon. Guess what? That's death and rebirth. That's rebirth. That's starting anew. So, and I guarantee if I talk to my divine masculine and I told him, look, I want to date, he wouldn't care. It might make him a little bit nervous that I wouldn't be there for him, or, but I honestly think that he would want what was best for me at this point. I do think that it would hurt his feelings. I do think that he would think that I wouldn't talk to him anymore, or that would put a clink into who he is in my life. But it won't. It can't. He will always be my divine partner. Period. That's the way it is. Now, I can't be in union with him. So for who knows how long, and even then, like, would it even work? So my expectations are, I have none. Except for I wish him all the love in the world and healing. Because that's what these partners need to do. It's what we needed to do. And then we're still healing. We're still healing. And continue. We're getting so much better as a collective, though. Raise your hands if you're getting better. Raise your hands if you're if you're feeling better. If I know that there's a lot of people still stuck, though. There's a lot of people still stuck. Because they're on this thing where they're like, they can't get the person out of their head, and some of it is narcissistic and some of it isn't. Some of it is definitely a telepathy and a divine union. It's being able to differentiate between the two. That's important. We've gone through cycles. And now we need to focus on ourselves. Completely focus on ourselves and our mission and our path. And press forward. Focusing. We need to put those cycles of ruminating and all that other stuff in the background. We're done with that. And like I said, if you guys are, no, 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 that's how I was. That's how I was. I felt bad. I don't feel bad. I didn't put him there. The universe put him there. Perfect storm. My God, my story with my divine masculine is like right out of a fucking horror story book. Yeah. Well, we don't have to pity them. They made their bed, let them lay in it, let the universe work on them, and you move forward and work on yourself. Love yourself. Have fun. My God, we've been in our houses and not been able to be our true authentic self for how freaking long? I'd say our whole entire life. How many multiple lives have we not been able to come to our own true self of who we really are inside? Well, guess what? It's that time frame that we are able to do so. Thank you. That's why I'm here, man. The universe threw me on YouTube and I didn't know why. I didn't understand it. It's all been divinely guided. I kid you not. It has. If you go back through my shit, my God, I was a mess. I was a mess. Not that I'm still not kind of messy, but I'm getting better. And it had to do with me actually stepping into my creativity and stuff. It had to do with me taking care of my house, my spiritual house, and my physical 3D houses. I have apartments I remodeled. I got busy. I make jewelry. Um yeah, and we have to understand yes, but spirit will love you through it and guide you through it. You're not alone. We feel alone because there's not very many of us out here, but we're not alone. Know that you're not alone in this. You're not. Balancing your feminine and masculine side has been probably one of the more difficult things for me to do. Because I was very much in my masculine for a really long time. Because of, thank you. This has been um, a completely unforgettable journey. And loving my masculine side along with my feminine side and realizing that I'm not, just because I'm in a female body does not make me weak. Just because I have masculine traits does not make me a misogynist, you know, or it's when those two are out of balance and out of whack, where your emotional and logical side are not able to connect and intertwine. If you're too logical, you're way in your masculine. If you're too emotional, you're way in your feminine. And the balance of both of them is going to probably be what we have to do for a really long time, is continue to balance that out. To actually receive, when you're the chaser, you're actually in your masculine energy. I hope you realize that when you're chasing somebody. That's the masculine attribute, is to chase. And the feminine is to receive. I want you to look at it this way. The masculine, if you look at the stereotype or the body type of masculine, what do they do? What do they have? They have the outward genitalia. For the type. The feminine has the inner genitalia. they receive. As long as you're pushing and chasing, you're in your masculine energy. When you pull back and get that right, then you're able to receive when you step fully into your feminine energy. And I'm not talking about just wearing dresses and doing your hair nice and getting your nails done. Because I'm very much so in my feminine right now, and I don't have my fucking nails done. I have been painting them, but I have not had anything because I can't afford it. I would have liked to have gotten my nails done a while ago, but nope, never happened. Okay. I've just been painting my own. Look, I'm being creative with the green and orange. But they look like shit. Whatever. I ain't here to impress anybody. I'm here to help y'all. And a lot of times people might not like to hear what I have to say, but there's still so many people who are stuck. Well, sometimes you do have to step out and open communication and see what happens. That's not chasing, just asking how somebody is. Chasing is when you just push and push and push and push and send 75 text messages. Thank you. That's chasing to the point where someone feels smothered. I'm guilty of this. I'm an Aries. I love to chase. Like that's my sun sign. I'm a go-getter, but I've learned to channel that energy into my creative endeavors as far as like cleaning up around my house. Doing stuff as far as painting, working on my cars. Well, let it be quiet. Let it be quiet then. Yep. I doubted my connection for the longest time. Yes, I did. I was like, there's no freaking way. Can I trade him in? I was like, I don't want this. Can I trade in my divine masculine, please, for somebody who's not jailbait and toxic? Unfortunately, we can't do that. The universe said, hey, you were in a fifth dimensional prison for how long? Now he's in a third. As long as you were in that fifth dimensional prison, that took you to get to this point, you'll be in that third. And sure enough, by the time he even gets before the judge, it's going to be another 3 months because the discovery wasn't even complete. And he's been there since April, since the day I broke up with that Aries ex. The same day I broke up with that Aries ex. AJ, let's put his name right out there. Since I broke up with him, my divine masculine went to jail the same day. You tell me the universe did not have something to do with that. To finally get him to a place of surrender and not be toxic anymore. I went on a healing journey for a really long time. It had to do with the whole thing of letting go and not having expectations. And I had to do that. That was a test that I had when I was dating this last person. Can you let him go? He's toxic. You see that he is talking to other girls. You see what he's doing behind the scenes. You heard his thoughts. And are you going to put up with being disrespected? You're divine feminine. You don't allow anybody to disrespect you. Grow up hair. I know. So I didn't want to break up with AJ. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to, but the disgusting feeling that the guy gave me, it was just like, and this isn't my twin. This is somebody I tried to date after him, and it didn't work. It was lasted about 3 months, and all we did was fight. And I caught him talking to multiple women and being a trash bag. So let's just put it out there. And the universe said, all right. So I messaged him and said, look, I can't do this. This isn't going to work. Sure enough, 2 weeks later, he was with some other hoe. But that very same day, I broke up with him. The very same day, Divine Masculine went to jail. That was my confirmation that this is where we need to be as far as letting them go. Well, it's okay to have your boundaries up. I wouldn't have them up with everybody. I would have proper boundaries with proper boundaries. Because it's your twin. That's easy enough. It's confirmed. Whether you're supposed to be in union with them or not, now is what you do with it. And I had to release him. I had to release all expectations of what I thought that this whole thing should look like. And that's not the easiest thing to do. Is when you have an expectation. My twin's toxic too. Well, we are allowed to release them. We're supposed to release them so that the universe can work on them, no matter what it looks like. And we're supposed to go and live in our lives and looking great and feeling great and doing our mission work, being creative, helping other people. And they'll come along. Well, I was pretty sure mine was a narcissist too. And I've been telling people for a long time, if there's going to be anybody who is going to get healed of MPD, because they say, oh, well, people with MPD can't. Well, I'm sorry, but I serve a great big God that if he can turn somebody who absolutely hated Christians, we'll use an example. Saul of Tarsus is going around killing people. And bam, one day he was just knocked off his high horse and blinded. And guess what? It took somebody to open his eyes, that the scales fell off, that they realized what they. So that's an example I can give you. That guy was radically changed, but it won't be between you and it won't be by me. It'll be by the universe. And it takes them to go through a mass transformation. Forgiveness. Wanting what's best for him. I know that we put our needs aside for when it comes to him, lose all expectation. Universe is probably telling you that you need to forgive. And I know Queen of Swords 444, we've had this discussion so many times. It's not easy. Have you even, wait a minute. You very well might be surprised. Because it sounds like, as far as with your masculine, and I don't want to say it, like, I don't know. I've never done a reading for you. I've never, so I really can't say what to do. But my intuition is telling me many of our twins are narcissists. They're toxic. That's what a narcissist is. They're toxic. To the nth degree, they need an ego shake up. And you probably just need to release. Maybe that's why the universe is throwing his name there. Yep. Release, purge. Thank you, goddess gifts. That's probably why. And it's hard. Because the ruminating doesn't. I've just done an energy clearing the other night. Well, I have openings, and I'm actually able to. I'm figuring out how to record, and if I have to do them in two parts, if you prefer me to record and send you readings, I can do that. I do only have like 25 minutes of storage ever on my phone. Yeah. Well, Queen of Swords has been working on her traumas. I knew that. But that's why we pull in these narcissists to bring all that to the surface. Yeah. And I actually have thoughts of endearment, not thoughts of I actually have thoughts of endearment of the person and not like I hope he freaking gets his at this point. Because the universe got him good. He did. Got him right where he needed to be. So now maybe he could do some radical healing. I know that I can send him books. I do want to send him a few things. But I don't really know how much, like I'm kind of back and forth. Do I send him stuff on light workers and stuff like that? Do I send him stuff on twin flames? I don't want to push the agenda on him. Well, mine was in his own mental prison too. And then he had to go to a third dimensional prison and realize he self-sabotaged himself. Or he got clear and was able to actually figure it out. Oh shit. And now, like I said, I don't write him. Oh, I'm still waiting on the Aries to get his. I'm waiting to hear because I know it's not gonna be pretty. I can't wait. Like I said, I had to release that too. And it wasn't even really that me and Aries could have left things on a really nice note. He just decided to be vindictive and act like a douche. Like we could have left things on a you wanna know what, this isn't gonna work. We can be cool as friends or what. Nope. He got pissed because I said, you're a cheating, lying piece of shit. You go cheat on somebody else, you're not doing it to me. And that was me self-love and letting go and allowing the universe. Like I knew the universe was telling me that I couldn't be in this toxic environment with him. And I noticed my energy was starting to get drained. And I noticed that he actually told me to stop doing readings, for Pete's sakes. He told me to stop doing readings and stop doing my call. You know why? Because if you go back to the at the end of March, I did the Aries reading, and it came out in that reading. Oh yeah, he did. It came out in that reading that he was going to get busted, or it came out that someone was getting busted. The gig is up. And I didn't know, I was still with him at the time. I didn't know what that meant. And then I go back and look at it after we broke up, and I'm like, the universe was showing me. The universe was showing me right there. He was a cheating, lying, manipulative trash bag. I do, but I don't internalize it because I'm thinking of the collective. And then I go back later and I'm like, okay, that does apply to me. That does apply to me. I even look at readings that I did like a year ago, and I'm like, and it's applicable. I wasn't in the best headspace a year ago, but I still was trying and I still put it out there and I still did my best. So, and I didn't give up and I'll never give up. Never, not in a million years. If you have not liked and subscribed to my channel, please do. Yes, I know. And that's where it's like, as being a reader and stuff like that and an intuitive, that's where I needed to go and actually I had a reading done, just to confirm what I thought that I knew, but wasn't 110% sure. And sure enough, I was right about all of it. I was right. I don't always like to say, yeah, see, you told you so. You know, I don't want to be like that, but like I said, I know how to help other people get free, but I have to be an example myself. I can't tell you guys what to do unless I'm doing it too. AJ from Florida. No, AJ's not from Florida. AJ lives. I wish he was in Florida. No, I do have an ex in Florida, but no, that's not AJ. My ex AJ is kind of like a nobody, so he's not even. I mean, my divine masculine is way more spiritual than this other guy. Way more. My divine masculine is Scorpio, so he tells me all the time about his dreams. He tells me all the time about how he feels. He's that sensitive. He cannot stand somebody being in his bubble, and the fact that he's in prison with 30 other men, it's getting to him because they're in a confined small space. My God, he's in a 9x9 with a celly, and like he always needed his space, and I'm kind of the same way. Thank God, the only cellies I have is my cats. So like this is really, really, really not easy for him. And I kept on telling him, until you surrender, man, you're going to be stuck where you're at. Surrender what? Surrender your life, for Pete's sakes. Surrender your ego. Realize that what you were doing, what you thought was working, is not working. The universe came in to show you this. Just like you showed me, and the universe had to use you to wake my ass up that what I was doing wasn't working. Same goes for you. I'm here now to wake you up verbally and tell you what you're doing isn't working. And because there's a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge of things that I've done automatic when I was writing him. I would just automatic write from the universe to him. Wasn't even from me. It was from the universe to him. He thought it was from me. I signed it, but it was all channeled, every single thing. And he's like, how did you know this? How did you know this? How did you know this? How did you know that? Like, I don't know. The universe tells me things. How did I know that we should have left the bar that one night? Because I felt negative energy. How did and then next thing you know, you're getting in trouble with your probation officer. How did I know that the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl week 3 and didn't waver on that? How did I know that the horse Justify was going to win this Triple Crown? And I never saw the horse until right before it raced and said that horse is going to win. I know it. You just lost $1,000, buddy, because that horse right there is going to win. Guess what? And it all started clicking then. You thought I was crazy, dude. And because he gambles, like that was kind of my way of being able to be like, the universe used it to show him just how freaking psychic I am. I'd finish his sentences all the time. Or he would get up, he wouldn't say anything, and I would say exactly what he was thinking, and he's like, get out of my head. I can't help it. So he's actually yielding to the fact of who I am as a person. And then the mirroring is crazy. Like, I said to him yesterday, I'm like, I have this feeling like I just kind of like, I don't know. I try and get off the phone with him real quick when he calls. And it's nothing against him. It's just, like I said, I feel like I'm now running. But that's the end that I should be on. I should be on the receiving end of this. I shouldn't be chasing him. So everything is switched. Mine didn't like my gifts either because I could tell him things he didn't want to know. This whole journey is nuts. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. Mm-mm. I just want a soulmate. I want somebody who I can share myself with. Whether it's divine masculine or not. Like, I want to date. I want to enjoy my life. I deserve that much. So releasing these divine masculines is a big, huge thing that we all have to do. We can still be in contact with them. We can still talk to them. They need something. Like, mine desperately needs me at this point. But I can only do so much, and that's where I'm at with it. I refuse to choose him over myself ever again. I refuse to chase. I know what I deserve. And if I ain't going to get that, I'm happy to move on. That's where we have to be. No expectations. Either way, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go grab food, go grab something to eat. I'll be on later to do the live reading. Because I'm going to do an energy reading probably for the weekend for this full moon. So be looking for that. The super chat should be on. The super chat should have been on for this too. But I see that it's not. So be looking for that. It should be already up in, if you go through the feed, you should see it's scheduled for 8:15. It could be a little bit before, a little bit after, but it's scheduled. So you can see that it's coming up. Either way, it'll be this evening. And I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go grab my dinner. And I want to wish you all much love. See? Party time. Happy Friday. What are the odds of that? I tell you, I get synchronicities like that. It's hilarious. But thank you all for joining me. And please come in later tonight. Like I said, I'll be doing the update. I love you guys too. You guys all take care. And please like, share, subscribe if you have not. It's interesting because every single time I do a live stream, they limit the ads on it now. It's always yellow for the $sign. I don't even have to say anything. I saw it. Every single one. Before they even get to see it, they already they're watching me. And I get reported all the time. It's crazy. So Yes, I need your guys' support. So please, everybody go on my stuff and please like and share and subscribe. Like all my videos so that they circulate. My Gemini video, it only has 2 likes on it. It was a highly spiritual video. They're getting gifts. They want to hear about love. I'm sick and tired of people only fucking worrying about love. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. No, it's probably my stream. It's after an hour or so. It usually starts lagging then. Like, why aren't we more concerned about our own spiritual growth and all we care about is fucking love? Either way, that's my rant. That's my 3 or 4 sentence rant. Let's worry about our own spiritual growth at this point. Because that's what you want to know when you worry about your own spiritual growth and you start growing and you not care. You care, but you release. You'll know. That's usually the turning point. And the universe will bring you in someone, if not your divine masculine, better. I love you guys. You guys take care. Have a wonderful Friday night. I will see you guys in about about an hour or so. I'm gonna go grab food and I'm actually gonna go out for a little bit. Not out, but I'm gonna go take a drive, go get some food. I gotta go get toilet paper. So there's some things that I have to do. As soon as I get back, I'll be coming on and pulling for Aries through Pisces. And my super chat better be on. If not, I'm going to put my PayPal stuff. I'm going to have my PayPal there too. If anybody wants to donate, they can. I'd appreciate any and all donations. I love you guys. Take care. Have a good time. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.